so hard right now. There seems no way out. The journey is so difficult. I can end it all now, or find a new way. I must choose life or death. I will seek to open that door. I will keep on going. I will choose to live.
You may be thinking that if you weren't here, the world would be a better place, that no one would miss you. This is a lie. Please don't believe the lie.
One of my best friends recently died because of suicide. I got the news 2 days later, and I was shocked.
Freshman at Skyview High School who committed suicide. Don't remember the exact date, but it was pretty drastic to hear. I remember having it announced.
There was a girl in your class.
Yep.
Why don't you share a little bit more about her reaction to this situation?
Yeah, her reaction was definitely remarkable over everybody else in the school. She broke down several times.
It had me really devastated because it could be anybody.
Suicide is a desperate attempt to escape unbearable suffering. They don't want to die, they just want the pain to stop.
So what would you say to kids that are in crisis today?
One of the things I would tell them is they're not worthless, they're priceless. They make a difference in this world. All of us have a part in this world.
The truth is, you would be greatly missed. And if you weren't here, you couldn't add value and meaning to this world.
The search for happiness is the struggle of life.
We were all created for a purpose. You'll have your ups and downs, but one thing you need to know is that you are loved, and you definitely matter to others.
I've recently been kind of a part of a sad part of my life recently, and I met a best friend of mine. It got really sad for a while, but things started to turn up briefly, and then of course it went back down, and it goes up and down and up and down.
I felt at a low like that, like at one point in my life, and I know a lot of my friends have too, and you know, I'd be there for my friends, so why not be there for other people too?
It can be difficult having to say bye to some people, and just getting introduced to new environments, it's definitely very challenging. And
I had a good life, and then everything just sort of crashed down.
The anger at my parents was getting so bad that I was acting out every single day, and I was yelling at them.
A person in trouble may not ask for help, but they need help.
Your problems are real, and the feelings you're feeling about them are valid. But suicide is not a solution to these problems. All it will do is leave more heartache and brokenness in the world. Ultimately, there is a way out.
This is so temporary, and by jumping or by cutting or by whatever your method is, it doesn't end the pain, it just passes the pain on. Because even if you think no one cares about you, there is definitely at least a handful of people who would die to see you in that place.
Everything has its purpose. It may not always seem like that at the exact time, but it will pay off in the future.
You can only get so low that you hit the bottom. And when you hit the bottom, the only place that you can go is up.
But you have to keep strong for a little bit, and as soon as you could like find that person to talk to, I guarantee you most of the time it'll actually like just let you rise up a little bit. But once you rise up a little bit, you could keep rising up a little bit more.
Acknowledge their pain and suffering, but assure them things will get better.
What kind of stress are kids going through these days?
School, a lot, school. pressures to get good grades so they can get into good colleges. Schools place intelligence so high that they don't focus on the personality of the children and their integrity and their work ethic.
And what does it cause you to do?
It causes you to act out in anger and not interact with people.
What kind of stress or problems do you think kids are facing today?
Divorce, when your parents get divorced, and then they split up and it gets hard going back and forth between house, and just how your parents react to it.
It felt like, why was I a problem? Was I part of this,
What kind of problems and stresses are you seeing in middle school and high school that kids are facing these days?
Social media is the first to come to mind. Having an account to make fun or bully someone, or sending harassing messages from anonymous accounts, or posting someone's explicit pictures can make someone's life go from happy to done.
I lived in Cali. It was a heavy, kind of gang-related place. So people weren't that friendly to me in my elementary school years. We went to 6th grade too, so a lot of 6th graders would pick on me. A lot of other people would just not even just mentally harass me, but I kind of got beat up too at the school. And I didn't like it there. I never really felt accepted there.
People who take delight in bad things, such as putting others down, bullying, using the wrong language, that can just corrupt your spirit for sure.
Bullies are everywhere. People are mean.
It's hard to define what bullying is because a lot of people just think that bullying is physical, but a lot of the time it's mental.
So bullying is a huge problem today.
I would say so.
The trials and troubles you're facing are going to help shape you to become the person you will become. They help teach you, and they help sharpen you to become the person you're supposed to be.
Everything that I've dealt with in my life, I think, has a purpose in teaching me.
What do you think the purpose of hardships are?
I think the purpose of hardships are to learn to overcome obstacles.
In these years, we're creating ourselves, and this time in our life is when we're gonna get most of our traits. I'm a really different person than I was a year and a half ago because a lot of events have took place since then, and those events were not fun to go through, but in the end I would say I'm a lot more understanding of other people, and I'm a lot more smarter about the choices that I make now. Everything happens for a reason.
I learned to not say why God, but what is your plan? That's what I kind of switched to, and so every time something bad happens to me, I ask what's his plan, and over time it unfolds to me, and then I understand. So I think everything that happens to me is mainly just a teaching lesson for me, so I can learn and be there for someone else who needs to be taught as well.
You are the only you available in the universe. You can never be replaced. Losing you would be an infinite loss. God created you to live.
Don't jump, because once you jump and you feel yourself falling, then you'll have instant regret.
As long as you're not committed to it, it's never too late, So once you do it, it's too late. But if you haven't done it yet, then it's not too late. It's not too late to go talk to someone, not too late to reach out, get help.
If we can stop the problem from progressing, then we can focus on other things and not let it get to that point.
You shouldn't end it just because you're stressed or you're mad or you're sad or any of your emotions. You shouldn't let your head take over your actions. And talk to somebody. That's really one of the best things you can do.
Don't do whatever you're gonna do to kill yourself. Talk it out. Find your trusted adult. Find your parents. Tell them why you feel this way, and then ask them, how can I improve from this and how can I stop?
Sometimes you just need somebody in your corner that you can talk to. And even if it's not your parents, find someone who you can talk to. Because once you have someone that you can talk to, you won't have these emotions bottled up. I would definitely recommend, if you don't have somebody that you can trust, talk to your school counselors because they keep everything confidential.
Get help. Call 911. Tell someone responsible. But speak up.
The number one thing you can do is just to pray. Because one of the reasons for feeling suicidal is knowing that there's no source of hope.
Know the warning signs of suicide. Acting early is key.
Some of the warning signs of teen suicide include out-of-character behaviors, anger and irritability, unnecessary risk-taking behaviors such as using drugs, alcohol, or sexual promiscuity, sudden drop in grades, changes in eating or sleeping habits, feeling helpless, hopeless, or worthless, sudden isolation, neglect of hygiene or personal appearance, or even a shocking appearance, and lack of interest in hobbies or things that they are normally interested in. Red flags may include acquiring lethal means to suicide, saying goodbye. Some more of the obvious statements may include, "I wish I could fall asleep and not wake up," or "I wonder how many people would miss me when I'm gone." Some of the more subtle statements or actions may be calling friends and family to thank them for things they have done, or giving away treasured possessions. They may say things like, "I'm doing well now," and have a sudden peace or resolve, or family and friends might make statements such as, "Wow, they really are doing well, things have really improved." This can be a huge red flag.
Take threats and warning signs seriously.
It's just hard losing one of your best friends like that, and knowing that you could have done something and said something.
If someone shows signs, ask them if they have a plan to harm themselves. Don't be afraid to ask. This is one of the most helpful things.
You had no idea, really, that he
No
was
idea.
in such pain.
No idea. He was such a normal kid.
Show them that you care. Never leave a suicidal person alone.
My mom came through and then she saw what I was doing and she yelled at me, and she slapped the knife out of my hand and she held me there.
If someone is suicidal, remove any potential lethal means. Never by force. Always be calm but assertive.
I can talk to them. I could just listen. The best thing you can do is let them vent and let them say what they want to say. And don't interrupt, don't criticize, just let them say, "Hey, I'm having this problem." And you should sit and listen and say, "I'm here for you." Just let out all your needs, and I can help you through those.
Get a verbal commitment from them that they will not harm themselves.
If you could turn back the clock, what would you have done differently, knowing then what you know now?
I wouldn't treat suicide as a joke.
Suicide is a health crisis that you can help prevent.
Suicide is never the good option. It shouldn't even be an option. You can't just look at someone and determine their life story. We walk down the street every day and we have no idea what somebody has gone through.
Braden, there seems to be an unseen enemy working against you and all the teens right now. Tell me about that.
I believe that it is the devil. The devil infiltrates from people who, don't have the capability to understand. He's just looking for people to, destroy, to conquer.
What Christ can do in my life, and that I could able to pass it on to other people. I can show what Christ can do in your life that he has definitely shown in my life.
But once you rise up a little bit, you could keep rising up a little bit more. And then sooner or later, you'll be able to recover. And then you will also be in a place to help more people. And so the chain goes on and you're just a part in God's plan.
Of course, God is the main source of hope that you can rely on.
you're going to grow up and you're going to do things and you're going to change the world, but without you, we have a missing piece.
Being a friend can save a life.
For years I wandered and often wondered, are you with me, oh Lord?
Hey, are you okay? I'm really concerned about you.
I'm really sad. I hate feeling this way. Nothing really matters anymore.
I'm here for you.
Oh, but you brought me back to life again. You pulled me from the dark I'd fallen in.
Be mindful of others. Pay attention to others by showing kindness.
The fortress of the Lord is stronger than the power of any threat we face.
Thank you for caring enough to make a difference. Being a friend can save a life.
Brought me back to life again. You pulled me from the dark I'd fallen in. I tremble at the thought of it. Jesus paid it